share, most preachers won't share with you. And that is the one thing we dread is that when there is, on weeks that are consecutive, that essentially the readings are the same. Because the temptation is you explain everything you know, which in my case, all of the first week. And then now what do you do for the next 4 weeks? Okay, and I'm not going to insult your intelligence by just repeating last week's sermon. I struggled, and fortunately, because there was so much going on in the parish this week, because as you know, we had 2 funeral services, the struggling was, what can we say, one little thing that we possibly take home, that hopefully will make some sort of difference and give you something to think about, something which is faithful to the gospel. 5 weeks of themes that are almost identical. Love one another. 5 weeks of repetition. Well, can you say anything more? Yes, you can. And is there anything new? Tremendous amount. I'm going to focus on just one verse, one phrase, and I want you to think about it. Okay? In the midst of all of this, focusing on the reality of loving one another, he says to those who are closest to him that night as they're walking out to the garden before he gets arrested, I don't call you servants anymore. A servant doesn't know what the master does. I call you now my friends. Now, insight into your humble servant. That for me is an extremely powerful, one single phrase, one single sentence. I have very few friends by choice. I have lots of people I know, and lots of people I care about and respect, and I interact with. But to me, friendship is sacred, and it's important. And I'm very careful about who I call friend. Because friends are the people with whom we share ideals and hopes and sorrows and dreams. People we walk with life's journey together, and we're there for each other, and we hold each other up, and they're there for you when everyone else thinks you're an idiot, or you've done something to actually justify that determination, and they still stand with you and stand by you. Friendship is special. I choose to have few friends. And yet Jesus says we're friends of him. Teacher and Master, Lord and Redeemer of all of humankind, Son of Man, Son of God, says you're not really servants anymore, you're friends. First century culture, that's outstanding. So unlikely. The relationship between a rabbi and his disciples was structured, it was formal, it was kind. It wasn't mean at all. But it wasn't friendship. I mean, it would never go so far to say that Jesus treated the 12 the way my theology professors at the Gregorian treated their students, whom we call behind their back such affectionate names as the viper, the ice mother, and the stainless steel rat, among other names. It would have been extraordinary if Jesus said, you are my servant. In all of the Bible, this is a Bible trivia question, okay? Flip through the thousands of pages. There are only 5 names of anyone who's ever designated with the title servant of God. Anyone want to impress the people in the room? And don't look at your shoes. All Old Testament people. You can give me only one, Joe, because that's an unfair advantage you have on the others. Give me one.
Just one?
Just one.
Joshua.
All right, that's one. Anyone else want to guess? Yes? No. Okay, good guess, but not. Yes?
Abraham?
Abraham, that's 2.
Moses.
3.
Samuel?
No. You don't have to raise your hands.
John the Baptist?
No, he's New Testament. No one in the New Testament ever has that designation of servant. So all of the Old Testament. No.
Jonah?
No. I'll say David. Yes, that's number 4. And I'd be really impressed if you get the 5th one, because no one ever gets the 5th one, including me on an exam, by the way. I didn't know that. Anybody? Daniel. Daniel. Coming out of the lion's den, the king says, now I know you truly are God's servant. 5 people in all the scriptures who are ever referred to as God's servants. And yet, what Jesus says is you're no longer that. You're better than that. You're higher than that. In my world, you are my friends. When Christ is your friend, things are supposed to change. God is not out there. God is not an idea. God is no longer simply someone you view from a distance, like a politician in a motorcade, partnership. We're called to walk the journey with our friend and know that our friend means to us what friendship is supposed to mean to us in our dealings with each other. To be a friend of Christ is also to be a friend of his friends. And that's what community of church is supposed to be. The one thing I cannot and will never tolerate in a church are people who stab each other, verbally or emotionally. We are called to be Christ's friends, to work out our differences. That's what church is supposed to be. Does that mean we're perfect? God knows. No. Okay? But Jesus gathered around him the most interesting group of friends. He has a person by the name of Matthew who he sees as a tax collector, and he says to the guy, you know, you got to change your life. So let's go have a meal. Let's go have dinner. And let's talk about how you can change your life. He doesn't go up to him and say, you are a cheat, and you are the lowest of life forms because you cheat your own people. And he doesn't say, are you saved in the blood of the Lamb, or shout anything out there to televangelist. He simply meets them where they are and walks with them. He could see leadership qualities in a person named Peter and say to this person who has no ability at all, much other than swimming or getting in and out of a boat, I want you to be the leader of my community. And he draws that from him. Because with your friends, you build them up. You see things in them maybe they don't see in themselves. And so finally, Jesus calls us to be friends. That is powerful. Think of it this way. You who are moms, you know what I'm saying when I say this, okay? As a good mom, as your children are growing up, are you their friend? You're not, are you? It's a different relationship. You can't be. You have to be something different. The Lord calls us to be friends, to be at ease in his presence, to be available for each other, to care about and look after those of us who fall, to be greater than the sages of old, to be holier than the patriarchs of the Old Testament, to be reborn in grace, to abide in his love. If you keep his commandments, beyond being holy, beyond being a good person,